I'm live on both.
We are now just moments away from the Royal
Thank you.
Rumble match. 30 superstars, an opportunity to face the World Wrestling Federation champion and
Can you hear me?
finally, The Rock
Has come back to Orleans. Watching the Royal Rumble 2001 live. Join with me. It's currently The Rock just bad mouthing everybody. Just watching WWE Royal Rumble 2001 live. It's The Rock just bad mouthing everybody. Staying hydrated. Guys, enjoy this with me. Brandon Scales, I'm good, buddy. How are you doing on this Saturday morning? It's freezing in Scotland. How are you doing, Brandon?
all sizes, from Crash to Rikishi, Kane to The Undertaker. And speaking of Kane and The Undertaker, everybody wants to ask the question, are Kane and The Undertaker together?
Kane and Undertaker, are they together? No.
Frankly speaking, if Kane and The Undertaker are together, then every man is going to be in trouble. But The Rock is
Coupling, you also look good and sound good.
answering that question.
Guys, is the Royal Rumble, quick question for everybody on TikTok and on YouTube. Is the 2001 Royal Rumble the best Royal Rumble ever? Is it maybe the 2018 Royal Rumble? It's definitely not the 2015. It's definitely not the 1995. Or is it 1992? Yeah, I'm good, buddy. And it's freezing in Newcastle as well. Man, this UK weather is insane. Greetings from Scotland, bro. 2001 Royal Rumble. This is one of my favorite events of all time. I haven't watched it in a long time. So I'm watching it back today, as you guys can hear. And I just want to see if it still holds up. It's just currently The Rock bad mouthing everybody, which is, I mean, that's awesome.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin. All the possibilities, they're endless. The result will still be the same. You got The Rock walking down the people's aisle, kicking the ring and body after body.
How much do I miss The Rock just being on TV all the time? I think 2006 Rumble was the best. So, 2004 was He Who Shall Not Be Named. 2005 was won by Rey Mysterio. 2006. Because I know 2007 was obviously Taker. 2000. Who won 2000? No, 2005 was Batista. Batista and John Cena, the whole mess up. So 2006 was, that was Rey Mysterio. That was also good. Rey Mysterio hanging underneath the ropes. That was legendary. Thanks for joining over there. Rey Mysterio hanging underneath the ropes. I remember I think it was the 2000 Royal Rumble. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2000 Royal Rumble, where Road Dogg started that first time, where he was just also hanging under rope. Anybody here or there? Do you remember if it was 2000 Royal Rumble where Road Dogg did that the first time? And I'm just doing this because it's Royal Rumble fever people. And Brandon Skulls, correct me if I'm wrong with the whole Rey Mysterio hanging on underneath the ropes, which is it's a clever strategy. I mean, you're not going to get them over the top rope if they're under the bottom rope. I think for the 2001 Royal Rumble, Rikishi was a good shout to win it because he was so incredibly over in the 2001. Rikishi was so... I mean, if we look at the 2001 Rumble, Kane could have legitimately won it. Obviously, Stone Cold. I hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody. Stone Cold could have won it. Rikishi could have won it. Taker could have won it. The Rock could have won it. This was the most stacked Rumble, I think, in Rumble history. I don't know if you guys agree with me. You're such a super fan. Agreed on Rikishi. Cheers, man. The Yankee. Where are you from, man? I'm sitting in Aberdeen, Scotland. Brandon, who's also in the chat, he's in Newcastle. Where are you from? Is it cold where you're from? In Aberdeen at the moment, it's freezing. But it's hot because we're watching the Royal Rumble, people. Do you think WWE will put the Undisputed title back on Roman? Oh, that's a good question. I like that question. I'm in the USA East Coast. Oh, where in the East Coast? New York side or up North New York, down South Miami? Where on the East Coast? And to get to your question, Brandon. Okay. To get to your question. So, there's a couple of things we have to think about. The Rock is obviously back. Maybe. John Cena is in his retirement tour. And is it maybe time for... What's up, Epic Egg MSM? Is it time for John Cena to get his 17th title? He's in his retirement tour. I think a storyline John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, it could be incredible. I also think that possibly, is it Gunther's time? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think Roman's going to pivot more into. I think Roman currently, he needs to just get the Ula Fala back. So I think the match that they need to do is Roman versus Sola for the Ula Fala. Would love to see either Cena versus Cody or Cena versus Orton at Mania. So somebody asked me recently, who do I think should retire Cena? And it has to be Orton, right? It has to be. They've got the biggest storied rivalry. It has to be. Or maybe not retire him. Maybe just it has to be Cena versus Orton at Mania. It has to be, right? Now, might it be Cody? Sure. Not gonna lie, I really want Lesnar to return and defeat Gunther for the title. So I'm not gonna talk about the whole Lesnar, the issues going on there at the moment. What I am going to say is I would love to see a program with Lesnar versus Gunther. I'm truly so impressed with most of the female right now. They've really grown as talent. The female roster is doing fantastically well. I'm not gonna lie as well. But here's the thing. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about the whole Cena, Roman, something. I forgot it. Saturday morning. Just forgive me. Or triple threat Cena versus Orton. Cena versus Orton versus Cody. I can see that at Mania. But who wins? Who takes the pin? Does Cena get his 17? Oh, by the way, this is the question. Who's winning? Let me know. Both comment sections. TikTok over there. YouTube over here. Who's winning the 2024? Jeff Hardy, one of my all-time favorites. You guys retire Cena. You guys already know. You guys know Jeff Hardy is one of my all-time favorites, and him entering the Rumble first. Then we had the him and Matt Hardy thing going. We're going to get there shortly. Who's winning the 2024 Rumble? I've got it as possibly Cena. Very big possibility. Maybe Punk. I wouldn't be upset with Drew winning the Rumble. I wouldn't be upset with The Rock winning the Rumble. Who do you think Cena's last match will be at WrestleMania 41 or last PLE? Thanks for joining that side. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm hoping. 2025 Royal Rumble. We are currently, you know what I'm talking about. Cena or Punk. I'm happy with both of those. I'm really hoping Cena's last match is at the Royal Rumble. At Mania. What am I saying, Royal Rumble? I'm hoping his last match is at Mania. I hope it's not at a secondary pay-per-view. Maybe SummerSlam, but if we're being 100% honest, we have to say it has to be Mania, right? Cena at Mania. Now, another question for you guys out there. Who is inducting Cena into the Hall of Fame? Is it Orton? Is it maybe, just throwing it out there, is it maybe Michael Cole? And the reason I'm saying that is who's made Randy Shorely. Yeah, I agree. Randy should retire him. But Michael Cole, because he's been Kurt Angle, I think. I love that shout. Cena, Kurt Angle, that's kind of ruthless aggression. And then he slapped him. You guys remember that. When was it? 2002, 2003, right around there, before he became the rapper gimmick. Angle is also a good shout to induct him in the Hall of Fame. So there's a lot of guys that could, and let's be real. I mean, John Cena as a first ballot Hall of Fame, I think he's going to be one of the first to be inducted or into the induction in 2026. What do you guys think? The Rock inducts him or Triple H? Look, I'm okay with that as well. He had a storied rivalry with The Rock as well. He had some things with Triple H. Randy probably, but could be a lot of likely candidates. There could be so many. So we've got The Rock, we've got Triple H, we've got there's Matt, and they're going to chuck out Bull Buchanan. And now this is where you know wrestling is scripted. Because the Hardy Boys, why did they attack each other? If I'm in a tag team, what I'm doing is, as soon as we're both in, we just stick together and we're the last two just fighting it out. The Rock is not a bad shot. So here is where the Royal Rumble turned for me, because Jeff Hardy coming in at one, I was okay with that. But then the Hardy Boys just turning on each other, it made like no sense at all. I just didn't get it at all. Just stick together until you're the last two, then one of you are absolutely guaranteed to main event WrestleMania. I mean, you're tag team champion, you're a tag team. Just stick together. I never get why teams split up in the. Obviously, it's for storyline purposes, but I just don't get it. Same with the Usos and basically all of the tag teams. Yes, I don't get it. Why eliminate each other when you, except when it was Rikishi eliminating Too Cool, and then afterwards they made peace, and they're like, Rikishi's like, I want to win the championship, which I get, but still, use them as your allies. It makes for, I get it, it makes for a good story, but you can build the story more towards the final four. It doesn't have to be the Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy feud leading into Mania 25 was fantastic. Yes, it was, Brandon. You are spot on. The feud was fantastic leading up to Mania, but how bad was the WrestleMania 25 match between Jeff and Matt? Let me know in the chat how bad was Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy Mania 25. And who comes in now? Of course, it is APA. Farouk, one of the legit toughest guys to ever walk the face of the earth. Now, the reason why the Hardys, based off everything, gotta go, cheers. Cheers, man. Thanks for sticking around for a bit. The reason why they feuded or they had this thing in the Royal Rumble is simply just for the whole Drew Carey Kane spot. That is the only reason this even existed. Guys, let me know. Currently, NXT roster. Who is guaranteed, in your opinion, to go on to win a main roster, main championship? Not IC, not US. It was literally the same as Jimmy versus Jay. That should have been a heated rivalry, and it was just a spotty match. It was not a good match. I love the Usos, but I just think they could have done, if you let them just be creative in that match, they could have done so much better, but they weren't allowed to be creative. But yes, back to my question. On the current NXT roster, current NXT, not main roster guys that pop up in NXT, not NXT guys that pop up at Obafemi should. How strong is Obafemi? That guy's a beast, and I'm Epic Egg MSM. I'm the woman going crazy, of course, for the Hardy Boys taking their shirts off. I definitely don't get that reaction when I take my shirt off. Obafemi, I'm good with that shout. Let me know who else current NXT roster that will definitely win a main roster, main championship. Hardy Boys going at it. I still don't get why, but it's storyline. And here is coming in. Can you guys remember who's coming in now? Whisper in the Wind. What a... Probably Trick Williams. I'm happy with that shot. And next in is Drew Carey. And the reason is for the whole Kane skit. Now, is the Kane Drew Carey, is that the funniest skit in Royal Rumble history? Is it the funniest skit? The way Undertaker. Drew Carey wanted to pay Kane, and then Kane just turned his head. That's just a legendary moment in any Royal Rumble. NXT is on fire at the moment. Not gonna lie, I agree completely. I was completely over NXT when they had the NXT 2.0, the multicolor thing. NXT currently is on fire, and NXT 2016. That's the golden era of NXT. I'm not saying it's bad at the moment, but yeah, I never watched NXT until recently. So the WWE Network is still currently going on until I think it's 1st of February or something like, or 1st of January or something like that. Go back and watch some 2016 takeovers. They were, when it was Gargano, Ciampa, the 4 horsewomen, it was straight up fire. The Authors of Pain, it was just absolute fire. And here's the whole Hardy Boys eliminating themselves spot, and then Kane coming, and then just Drew Carey. Guys, let me know. Is Drew Carey Kane 2001 Royal Rumble is the funniest spot in Royal Rumble history, or what do you have as the funniest spot? And Drew Carey, as if he eliminated both of them. And also, do you guys miss the random Royal Rumble entrance? We don't get it now because the roster is so stacked. What did you think of War Games? Oh man, this is going to be controversial. I love the pay-per-view, but the women's match, the women's War Games match was just, it wasn't good. And here comes Kane. I know this is kind of off topic at the moment, but what's your predictions for Mania main event? Oh, so we've got so many directions we can go. We can go Cody, Roman. Remember, we've got 2 main events. We have 2, night 1, night 2. We can go Cody, Roman. We can run it back. We can go Cody, Rock, because there's unfinished business. We can go Rock, Roman. We can go Gunther, Cody, possibly. We can go Cena, Orton. We can go Cena, Cody. We can go CM Punk versus just about anybody. That's that's the main events I've got. I don't know. I don't think Bron Breaker's going to be ready then yet, but he's definitely a future main event, Mania main event. But I don't think he's there yet. But yeah, War Games. The women's match was just, oh man, the women's match, the spots, just, it wasn't good. I just didn't get it. And the women roster is fire. The talent in that match, if you look at the amount of talent in that match, for that match to bomb that badly is just, oh man, it breaks my soul, it breaks my heart. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant for Saturday night. Oh, sorry, I misread your comment completely. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I'm not invested in this Saturday night main event. I don't know. You guys let me know, and I'll let you know what I think of your predictions for the main event of Saturday night main event. Or you just looking for predictions of the card or predictions for the main event? I don't get why Punk was involved in the Bloodline War Games. I also don't 100% get it. The only thing I can come up with is star power. And love him or hate him, CM Punk's got star power. So are you looking for just predictions for the match, the outcomes, or the main event? Sorry, I misunderstood your question. I don't get why. That's still the last comment. I also don't get why Punk was involved. It's just for star power. That's the only thing. I would have preferred maybe Cody in that spot, but oh well. So you want my predictions? Oh, the match outcomes. I'm gonna go through that just now. I'm just watching this little spot quickly. Okay, so the match card. Let me just get to the match card. Okay, the match card is in no specific order. I'm just going to go through the match card and say what my predictions would be while I'm watching this. This is my favorite spot, the hardcore spot. And Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. As much as I love Kevin Owens, and you guys probably know I'm a big Kevin Owens fan, it's going to be Cody. Now I love this new unhinged character of Kevin Owens, but it's got to be Cody. What else? The Women's Mid-Card Championship or IC Championship. I would love to see Chelsea Green win that. I think she can do wonders with that belt. What else do we have? Bailey, Chelsea Green, Mission, or Tiffany Stratton. I would just love to see Chelsea Green with the title. Her goofy character, I think, will do well with that title. What else do we have? Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I think Liv Morgan has more mileage on her still to go with the title. I do think if anybody's going to dethrone Liv, it has to be Rhea, surely, or Raquel turning on Liv eventually and then dethroning her. Then we have Gunther versus Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. I think Gunther's going to retain for quite a long time. Gunther is still goated in my opinion. I think Punk was involved. Impulsovids. Involved because of what the Bloodline did to Paul Heyman and how much. Oh yeah, Paul Heyman, CM Punk. There's a massive tie right there. Obviously, CM Punk being a devoted Paul Heyman guy. What else do we have? Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Personally, I'm a Sami fan, but I think Drew is going over. And then Cody versus Kevin. I already covered that. I think Cody's going over. So women's, I hope it's Chelsea Green. Liv Morgan, I think, is retaining. Hey, Gaming Rookie, what's up, my guy? TikTok, who's currently on my TikTok? Who's currently there? Say what's up, people. So that's do you agree with my predictions? Epic Egg MSM, what's your predictions for Saturday night main event? This is my favorite bit. There's one part I don't get. You know the whole rolling the bowling ball into Al Snow's nether regions? How did they make sure? Did he wear a cup or something? Because that looked like it hit right center flush. And guys out there, you know exactly how that feels. This is my favorite part, the hardcore, because it wasn't like a hardcore match. They didn't take it seriously. This is one person I wish got more over in WWE, or not one, and that is the guy who's coming. I believe it's now Steve Blackman, or is he the next? Oh no, it's not yet. This is obviously Perry Saturn, who eventually, I agree that Chelsea should. Obviously, Chelsea is so good. Chelsea is so funny. I love Chelsea. You was watch Chelsea on TikTok when she goes on a plane and the pilot announces we've got a special guest, Chelsea Green. She like loses it. Perry Saturn, unfortunately, fell in love with a mop, but he actually got that gimmick over. I also think Io might actually beat Liv from interference from Rhea. That's very possible, but remember, Liv's got an insurance policy. She's got Raquel, so Raquel might just eliminate that. But what do you guys think? What do you think of Liv eventually losing it and Raquel turning on Liv? Do you think she's ready? Drew will beat Sammy. I agree with that, but I'm a Sammy fan. Do you think Raquel is ready for that spot? I thought I was the only one who loves Chelsea. No, Chelsea's like the MVP of the women's division. Not necessarily the best wrestler, not necessarily, but she's the MVP. And both the other champions retain. Yeah, the men's main champions, they have to retain. When Samantha Irwin, when she would Chelsea Green, that's pure absolute comedic gold. What do you guys think of the new Nakamura unhinged character? Hey my man is Heyman. Oh, sorry, I read Hey my man. Heyman is going to betray Roman at the Rumble. My prediction for the last three is Punk, Cena, and Roman. That's where Paul comes in. Paul helps Punk eliminate Roman. The last two okay, so there's history between Heyman and everybody. There's a lot of history between Punk and Cena because, I mean, obviously 2011, the summer of Punk, all of that, waving goodbye, all of that. Oh, I love the new Nakamura. He's brilliant. But Impulsive, I'm not completely upset with that. Punk reuniting with Heyman, I'm perfectly okay with that. Here's Steve Blackman. How sad is it that he legitimately got boring chance in this, one of the most talented in-ring guys ever is Steve Blackman. He's a legit martial artist and he got boring chants and boos because he was all business and he was serious. I really enjoyed Steve Blackman's character. I was a big fan of Steve Blackman. I know it's probably very controversial, and remember, I'm Attitude Era, baby. I was born in 86, so Attitude Era started 96, 97, around there. I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 when the Attitude Era. I was a teenage boy. So you can imagine how I loved the Attitude Era as a teenage boy. It's been 8 years since KO lost the title to Goldberg. Midberg. Oh, now I'm going to see this number up there, the amount of viewers, and up there, I'm going to see that drop because I said Midberg. Do you think Brock is coming back? I'm going to first address this one. It's been 8 years since KO lost that to Goldberg. I think he should win, but Cody's going to win. I would love it if KO wins. That Goldberg thing was a mess. It should have been KO versus Chris Jericho for the main title at WrestleMania. It should have been. Do you think Brock is coming back? Okay, there's a couple of things to take into account. Brock is in his late 40s. And now he's a specimen. Brock is an absolute beast. Thanks for joining on TikTok side and everybody on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Brock is an absolute beast. He's like no one I've ever seen in my life before. But there's also the controversy thing. Now, Brock and Triple H have both said Brock is not working for the company at the moment, but he's also not working for the company at the moment. Now, I'm not gonna say whether or not I think he's coming back. Would I like to see him come back? Yes. I would love to see Brock come back. I would love to see a program, Brock versus Gunther. Just big meaty men slapping man meat. That was Biggie, I believe, who said that. Next one, Impulsive being here reminds me of that Logan said he's retired from WWE. What do you think of that? No, Logan's not retired. He's going to work a part-time schedule, but he's definitely not retired. He is a viral hit-making machine. Do I like him? To an extent. I think he's good for the business. He gets eyes on the product and he gets casual eyes on the product, which then turns into hardcore fans like all of us here today. We are literally the lifeblood of WWE. So I don't think he's gone. Goldberg beating KO was so bad, same as Goldberg beating The Fiend. But remember, it's not Goldberg's fault, because when he signed a contract, and this is what I heard in an interview at least, when he signed the contract, he had stipulated in his contract a couple of clauses. Now, he stipulated that he must be world champion a minimum amount of times. He must main event a minimum amount of pay-per-views. You're going to Mania 41? Man, I am insanely jealous. I love living in Aberdeen. I can't go. Imagine Triple H gives us Axel instead. Well, Curtis Axel beat, if you guys didn't know this, Curtis Axel beat Triple H in a one-on-one match. I don't want Logan to retire, but on his most recent interview, he said is because he's a dad now. Okay, so if you're going to listen to wrestling retirements, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, he retired in, I believe it was his first retirement was 1998, Beyond the Mat. That was his first retirement. He's still had a match in 2020s. I remember Goldberg still wants one more match before retiring. Yes, and it's probably going to be against Bron Breakker would be my best guess. Bron Breakker. Now, would that be a good match? It would be a beast of a match. Do I want to watch it? Yes. Do I want Goldberg to win that? No, of course not. And I can't wait for Mania to come to the UK so I can hopefully go. Man, I would love to go, but if it comes to the UK, it's probably going to be in London, and I'm up way northeast in Aberdeen. If it goes to Glasgow or to Edinburgh, I'd probably be able to go. I think it's Gunther, honestly. Goldberg, Gunther could also work. Honky Tonk and Kane. Kane no-selling everything Honky did. Also a legendary spot. Okay, here's a question for you guys. Completely off topic. Is Kane the MVP of Royal Rumble? I'm not saying the most successful, because he's never won the thing, even though he should have. Is he the MVP of the Royal Rumble, or is it someone like Kofi with his spots? Is it someone like Chris Jericho? Who is the MVP just of Royal Rumble? Goldberg versus Breakker is definitely going to be Goldberg's final match, and you got to hope Braun would win. If Goldberg wins his final match, then it goes against everything the wrestling industry is about. You should go out watching the lights on your back. But let me know what you guys think. Is Kane? I've got 3. Hot take, I think Roman is the MVP. He's always in the last. Yes, Roman has been good. He's always in the last couple. But you have to remember about the 2015 Royal Rumble. You have to remember. That was just. Now, is it Roman's fault? No. I think Roman's a good shout. But for me, it's Chris Jericho, Kofi Kingston, or Kane. But Roman's not a bad shout. Who else could be the MVP of Royal Rumble? Just the match itself. Not the most decorated, not the most wins, just the MVP of Royal Rumbles. I think you have to go a long way to put it past Kane. I would say Kane because of his eliminations, Kofi because of his incredible spots, or Austin just because Austin has won it 3 times. Yes, that is, and here comes The Rock. Another one who's a good shout for Royal Rumble MVP. What do you guys think? Best gimmick The Rock has ever had. Best gimmick. Is it Rocky Maivia? Is it the Nation of Domination leader? Is it the People's Champ? Is it the Final Boss? Or is it Hollywood Rock? I know who I'm picking. You can probably glee from how I said this. You think CM Punk would be in the main event of WrestleMania 41 finally? I said earlier, I don't know if you were here yet, I said the main event scene is going to be around a couple of people. The Rock, Roman, Punk, Cena, Cody, Gunther. That's the sphere. Those 6 people, that's the sphere I'm thinking the main event is going. That's my idea of, I'm not sure who yet, but so I think CM Punk has a legit chance if he can stay uninjured, because that's his big crutch at the moment. His role as the tribal chief was the best. Imagine Roman being in. I think Roman will be in the 2025 Royal Rumble. I think he will. He's got actually a legit chance of winning the 2025 Royal Rumble. I do think that's a legit possibility. CM Punk is another good shout to defeat Gunther. Actually, I'm not too unhappy with that. But do you want to give CM Punk the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, or do you want to give him the WWE Championship? That's the one he really wants. I love the Final Boss, but compared to when he was winning world titles and stuff, probably not his best character. So winning world titles and stuff, so you're going for People's Champ, because that's when he won world champions. I'm a Hollywood Rock guy myself. The Rock concert, everything Hollywood Rock did is just absolute pure gold. I know this might sound stupid. No, dude, my channel's name is Wrestle Goof. I make goofy wrestling content. I know this might sound stupid, and everyone wants Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, but I think it's Punk versus Rock. So Punk versus Rock, I haven't even thought of Punk versus Rock as the main event of WrestleMania. I'm not upset with that. I do think a lot of people are going to say that's questionable, but I'm so cool with that. And then you can call him Dwayne multiple. Remember that? In the, what was it? The pipe bomb where you called him Dwayne? I like Dwayne. The Rock, Kane, of course, going at it in the Royal Rumble 2001. One of my favorite matches of all time. Who's currently in TikTok? Say what's up, TikTok people. Let's see. I just hope they don't put Roman and Rock in the main event with Cody for the title at Mania. So, I'm of old school belief. Now, am I right? I don't know. I just make goofy wrestling videos on the internet and get so much hateful comments and hate mail and stuff like that. So, I just make goofy wrestling videos. But I'm of the old school belief that the main event of WrestleMania should be for your company's biggest prize, unless it was an Undertaker street match, because that is maybe arguably a bigger prize, maybe. So the main event should always be for the biggest prize. Call me crazy, but that's just what I believe. What do you guys think? Should it be the biggest prize? Now, whether that's the women's main event championship, the men's, it should be your biggest prize. It should. And next in, of course, is Taz. Oh man, did they do Taz dirty? How quick was he eliminated? Like 8 seconds or something like that? If you had Kane immediately just yoinks, and literally a year before this, he made Kurt Angle tap at the Raw. Just what they did to Taz, they did him dirty just because he's not 6'3", so bad. I feel like Cody should defend against either KO and Randy in a triple threat, or against Cena. I don't know about KO and Randy in a triple threat, because then who's Cena facing? Cena's either facing, in my opinion, Cody or Randy at Mania 41. That's my bet. Cena's last match could be that's a oh man, impulsive. That literally made my day. Cena's last match could be against R-Truth. I would watch that. I would be so into that. What else do we have? Who do you think deserves to win the men's and women's Royal Rumble? Deserves is a strong word. I don't really like using the word deserves, but who do I think earned it by now? Men's Royal Rumble, Punk. I'm going to throw a couple of names out there. I'm not just going to say one. Punk has earned a Royal Rumble win. Maybe Gunther. That's the ones I hope wins the men's Royal Rumble. And the women's Royal Rumble, Tiffany Stratton, I wouldn't be upset with that. Or maybe this is going to be so out of left field. What about Raquel for the women's Royal Rumble? And then she can go on to beat Liv at Mania and make her a massive heel or massive babyface. What do you guys think? Cena could also be against Braun for the IC title. Yes, Cena deserves to be deserves. I just said, and I said I didn't like it. Cena should be a Grand Slam champion, absolutely, no doubt, and he hasn't won. Neither has Undertaker. Just by the way, do you think Cena will return in Saturday Night Main Event? Yes, I do think Cena's returning tonight. I think this is going to be. I think he's got 41 appearances. I think this is the first appearance. What if Tiffany cashed in at Mania? I would love that. I would be okay with that. I think Tiffany has got a bright future. Carmella versus Cena. Okay, so Carmella versus Cena. This brings me to an interesting point. I would say about 3 months ago, when Cena announced his retirement, against who should Tiffany cash in against? She should cash in against Nia. That's who she should cash in against. Yes, I agree. It would be sick, but it needs to be against Nia and not against Liv. Liv needs to lose either against Rhea, or Liv needs to lose against Raquel. Anyway, so I did a video about 4 months ago, all of Cena's final opponents, 10 of the biggest ones. Now, I threw out there Cody, I threw out there Gunther, I threw out there Carmelo, I threw out there Trick, I threw out there Logan Paul. Now, a lot has changed since then. I threw out there Joe Henry, because just why not? I threw out there Randy and a couple of others. Go back and watch that video. But Carmelo was one of them. Oh, and I also threw out Dominic Mysterio. He could also, I would love to see a program, Cena versus Dominic Mysterio in Cena's final run. Bro, when is Trick coming to the main roster? I think Trick has done everything he can in maybe What about a Trick Williams Royal Rumble debut? Would you guys be okay with that? What do you think about Kurt Angle saying Roman should be Cena's last match? No, it should not be Roman. There's no story there. Cena's last match is Punk, Orton. I can't see who else. It's just maybe Cody, maybe just because, but it should not. Just Roman's got no place. I love the Tribal Chief, but he's just got no place in Cena's final match. Just wondering, seeing as though we talked about the women US title earlier, who do you want to see win the women's Intercontinental Champion? Okay, so I'm going to throw a couple of names out there. Lyra Valkyria. I always pronounce her surname wrong. Zoe Stark. Maybe a Jade Cargill, because she's not ready for the main championship yet, but she's maybe ready for that. There's a couple of names I can throw out there, but I do think one of them, one of the women's mid-card champions, needs to be, hear me, if anybody that's got any ties to WWE out there, hear me, it needs to be Chelsea Green. It has to be. That's a great prediction for Trick. I've never thought of that. That's like Braun Breaker. I agree. Trick, Royal Rumble debut, and he creates a little bit of havoc. Obviously doesn't win it, but makes a good showing, a good 15, 20 minutes, maybe eliminates 2, maybe 3 people. I think Trick, absolutely. And then, but where's Trick going? Is he going Raw? Is he going SmackDown? Lyra Valkyria is one. Yeah, I agree completely. I always butcher Lyra's surname. Who do you think that Cena will be? Do you think that Cena will be the undisputed championship against Cody or Roman? Who will be the champion until WrestleMania 41? Depends on who wins the Royal Rumble. If Cena wins the Rumble, I think it's going to be Cody all the way. If someone like a Gunther wins the Royal Rumble, I don't think it's going to be Cody. There's also The Rock could win the Royal Rumble. Then there's so many ways we can go with this, but I do think somewhere, somehow. So here's something I'm a fan of, and I'm going to throw it out there into the universe. Wrestle Goof style, just goofy wrestling content. What if Cena wins? Maybe not the Rumble, maybe Elimination Chamber, or maybe the Rumble. Then we take Cena to Mania, and Cena beats Cody for the championship to get 17. And then Cena's done. He puts the belt in the middle of the ring, and then we do a tournament. What do you guys think of that idea? Cena wins his number 17, retires on the spot at Mania against Cody. I think that's a cool end to the story. Cody's story, his story, everything. And then we have a tournament. I love tournaments. What do you guys think? Do you think Cody can break Roman's record? No, I don't think anybody anytime soon will break Roman's record. I do think Triple H is not going to pen that anytime soon because Roman has a legacy now, so I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I don't think that The Rock should have another title, which is probably a hot take. No, I agree with you completely. Cena is probably going to get another one, but The Rock, he's not going to get another one unless maybe a tag championship with a bloodline member, maybe a tag championship, but that's just my opinion. I don't think he should win a singles championship. The only thing I think he should do, maybe, if that, a tag championship. What do you guys think? The Rock winning a tag championship with a member of some kind of bloodline. What do you guys think of Jacob Fatu, by the way? Is he the MVP of the bloodline? Let me know. Jacob Fatu, he's a beast. I would love a tournament for the title and maybe make an unexpected person win it. What about Trick Williams? Woohoo! Let's cut to the chase. Tangaloa is defeating. Okay, Phoenix. I think that's the hottest take I've seen in this chat so far. Tangaloa beating Cody. That's not happening. Hot take. Cena should win the Intercontinental Champ. So yes, because then he's a Grand Slam champion. That I'm impulsive. I'm 100% okay with that if he wins the IC instead of the 17. Because if he wins let's look at it both ways. If he wins 17, he wins 17. If he wins IC, he's Grand Slam champion. So both, he wins. In both ways, he just wins. So I'm okay with either way. Who will be World Heavyweight Champion until WrestleMania 41? IC, United States, and both tag teams. That's tough. World Champion, Cody's probably going to stick to Mania. World Heavyweight, it's probably going to be Gunther all the way, I think. Maybe Punk. IC, I'm hoping Braun Breaker. US, I'm okay with Nakamura. This new character of Nakamura is so good. Tags, oh man, the tag scene is such a mess. What a mess. I'm watching the 2001 Royal Rumble. What would I give to have a 2001 tag team scene again? It's just the tag team scene at the moment is a mess. I don't even know where to begin with that. Jacob Fatu is incredible. I say they should put the US title on him to build him up eventually. I think Jacob Fatu, it's just a matter of time. Now, should he beat Nakamura already? No. Oh, I just kicked the camera. Sorry, guys. I just went on a ride there. I don't think he should beat Nakamura yet. I think Nakamura should hold the title for a little while. Maybe Jacob Fatu versus Nakamura at Mania. If we build it right, it's okay, so when Netflix comes to Raw, I think they should do Cena versus Breaker. I'm cool with that. I see Yeet. I'm also okay with that. Jey Uso, he's incredibly over. I think they should have Cena win the IC belt and retain with it a few times and have him lose it to Sheamus eventually. Then Sheamus also becomes what he's never been before. Jacob versus Braun. Jacob Fatu versus Braun. Can you imagine the pure absolute explosiveness can you imagine the two of them running the ropes? The ring would literally shift from side to side. Just absolutely Val Venus as his character in Right to Censor. Jacob versus Braun. I hate the fact that they aren't defending the tag titles. I don't get it either. The tag scene is such a mess at the moment. What would I give to have the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, Agent Christian, APA, the Smoking Guns, the Headbangers, just 6 tag teams that too cool. Just the Attitude Era tag scene. This was so good. Tag team titles have been irrelevant for a while completely. Ever since maybe even before that, but the whole Street Profits with the Viking Raiders, Viking Experience, War Raiders, War Experience, whatever the name wants to be, with that skit they did, it's just it devalues the tag titles. Nakamura should keep the title until at least Mania, but then lose it to Fatu or maybe even Jimmy Uso. I don't think Jimmy Uso is going to be in the US title scene. I think it's probably going to be Jacob Fatu, maybe LA Knight again, maybe Yeet. There's a couple of possibilities. Jacob versus Braun for IC Championship at WrestleMania. Okay, that's just a lot of beef right there. A lot of beef. Now imagine somehow Gunther loses his championship and you throw him into that match as well. Just the amount of beef in that match is just, it's an unreasonable amount of beef. Dominic face turn, betraying Finn and the Judgment Day, and he'll be on his own eventually crawling back to Ray. Dominic is the most over heel, and when I say over, I mean getting legitimate boos. He's such a good, to turn Dominic face, something absolutely incredible needs to happen. Maybe go to his dad, to Ray, and say, you are the best dad ever, and to prove that I'll shave my mullet or something like that. But to turn Dominic Mysterio face, it's going to be a task that I don't want to write that. What about Punk versus Seth? Story writes itself, because obviously Seth was involved with the Punk Drew thing. Story writes itself completely. I don't want LA Knight to win the title back. I want him to move to bigger and better things. Do you think LA Knight is moving on to bigger and better things? Do you think that's in the future? Look at the world title scene at the moment for both titles. The scene is so crowded. Is there space for LA Knight? I'm not saying I don't think he deserves it, but is there space for LA Knight in there? I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't need to be there, but is there space? Who do you think? Oh, no, I'm actually getting behind with the chat. Who do you think is the biggest superstar of the year? No one can change my mind. It's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, he's been one of the MVPs, but also, for me, one of the MVPs of this year has been Randy Orton. He's been absolutely incredible. Dominic should join Tiffany and ditch Liv. I love that. But I don't think he's ditching Liv anytime soon. And if he ditches Liv, he's going to crawl back to Rhea. But do you think Roman has changed? What do you mean Roman has changed? Since 2015, Roman has changed a lot, but he's changed for the better. The tribal chief is so much better than the big dog. Somebody recently told me in a comment section that they think the big dog was better than the tribal chief. What are you on about? We need Dom versus Ray in the hair versus mask match at Mania. See, Eggman or Epic Egg MSN, I am cool with that. Hair versus mask, but then obviously Ray has to win. It has to be Dom shaving his mullet. Who's your favorite group of all time in WWE? Oh, jeez. So when we say group, are we talking about 3 members or more? Has to be. So Team Extreme, Jeff, Matt, and Lita. but that's more tag team with a valet. My favorite group in the. So you asked for my favorite. My favorite group of all time in WWE. Recency bias probably, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Bloodline. They are so good. I'll take the Usos are the best tag team. Currently maybe, but of all time, nope. You will never change my mind. I'm an Attitude Era baby. It's the Hardy Boys. It's the Hardy Boys. So Impulsive, I've agreed with you a lot of what you've said, but Hardy Boys are the best tag team ever. What if Big returns on Raw Netflix? Biggie returns on Raw Netflix and says his neck is fine now and he faces Kofi and Woods, but Cena music hits and he joins Biggie. So tag team Biggie and Cena versus Kofi and Woods. Yes, but that's not a Mania match. That's just a random match, Biggie and Cena. Maybe a secondary PLE. I would be okay with that. And then obviously Biggie and Cena going over 100%. No, after WrestleMania, I mean. Okay. Yeah, Dom is not shaving. He's gonna wear a fake baldy thing. so the thing that Kurt Angle wore when he lost his hair, that whole wrestling chin strap thing with the fake hair. I like that. Yeah, Dom is not okay. We covered that. TikTok chat, get live, people. I'm answering all the YouTube questions. The Usos are an incredible tag team, but then there's the New Day, and on the other side, there's the Dudley Boys and the Hardys, Edge and Christian. You have to remember about them. APA was also brilliant. We've got the Rockers, we've got the Midnight Express. There's so many old school tag teams. Big D and Big E is the best tag team of all time. Who's Big D? Do I even want to know who's Big D? And then you corrected your grammar. I'm cool with that. I use the wrong grammar every single day because I'm not English, actually, in case you guys didn't know. It's not my first language. I really hope Biggie gets medically cleared. I would love to see Biggie make a full in-ring comeback. But first and foremost, I want Biggie healthy. That's all I want for him. Do you think Elimination Chamber for World Heavyweight Championship? I think the Elimination Chamber should have some kind of World Championship. It's not just, the winner qualifies for WrestleMania. You put your life on the line in a Elimination Chamber match and you don't win anything, you win a chance to. I think it should be a championship match. Edge and Christian, obviously. Big D is Big Drew. Drew and Biggie. See, the thing is, if you put them in a tag team, what are they going for? They're going for the tag team titles, because then you take Drew out of the world title picture, and Drew's been one of the MVPs on TV. So I'm not sure about that. Wait, remember when KO was with the New Day and they called him Big O? When he did a little jig and a dance? I like that. But I like just about everything KO does. KO is an absolute legend in my books. What's your favorite heel turn and face turn ever? Favorite heel turn? Favorite heel turn? Oh man. Is it the Muscle Champa? Maybe. Is it the Barbershop? Maybe. Is it Stone Cold Mania 17? Maybe. So if I have to say my favorite, favorite heel turn, I'm just going to say it, the Muscle Champa, my favorite heel turn. And my favorite face turn, Stone Cold Mania 13. Stone Cold's my favorite of all time. He sits right there watching over me always. Stone Cold Mania 13 turning face, my favorite face turn of all time. Drew Big D, I think he's DM Punk. Wow. Do you remember when KO returned as Stone Cold? Yes, I do. When he had the bowl cap and everything and he stunned everybody. But if anybody can pull off a Stone Cold character, it's KO. Who will be the members of Elimination Chamber and who will win it? Oh my. Depends if it's for championship or not. But if it's for... Look, Cena's got a rich history at Elimination Chamber. So could that be his road? What about the winner of the Royal Rumble challenges Gunther, maybe? And then we move on and Cena wins the chamber and he goes on to face Cody. There's a lot of things that could happen. I don't know. It's a tough one. Favorite heel turn, Seth on the Shield. Oh, that was Plan B. Of course, that was brilliant. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely a memorable one. Honestly, this may be recency bias, but the New Day heel turn was amazing. Look, it's not bad, but we don't know what the end result of that. Are you talking about the current one right now, or the one when they turned heel instead of their preacher characters? Which one are we talking about? Who do you think should end Cody Rhodes' title run? Okay, we chatted about this a little bit earlier. You weren't here yet, but thanks for the question again. So there's there's so many that could. It could be Orton, it could be Gunther, it could be Rock, it could be Roman. But I do think, and I threw this idea out there and people agreed with me. So if people agree with me, then it has to be right, surely. What about Cena makes his way to Mania, he beats Cody for 17, and he puts the title down in the ring and say, thanks for everything, guys. Peace, deuces, I'm gone. And then we have a tournament. So I have Cena maybe dethroning Cody. Oh yeah, Seth Hilton was insane. It was absolutely insane because everybody and myself thought it was going to be Dean, and it ended up being Seth. Do you think Dean Ambrose would return, and which pay-per-view? So I actually had him return last year. My Rumble predictions for last year was Wild Thing playing and Dean Ambrose returning at Royal Rumble last year. So if he's returning, if Dean Ambrose is returning. Now, he's happy in AEW. I mean, he recently I think he ended Daniel Bryan forever, I think. I don't know if Daniel Bryan's ever coming back. But if he's coming back at any pay-per-view, it has to be at a Rumble because the pop will be insane. Not going to lie, I thought Dean Moxley was going to return at War Games. That would not have been... I would not have been upset with that. But I think it has to be, if he returns, it has to be at a Rumble. And here's Kane and Undertaker clearing house until a certain somebody arrives. The GOAT. The absolute GOAT of all time. TikTok can't even see what I'm doing. He's sitting over there on TikTok. On YouTube, he's sitting over there. And now who arrives other than the Glass Shatters and the pop? YouTube, I'm going to give you the pop. I have to give YouTube the pop because YouTube's got the mic. TikTok, unfortunately, you don't have a mic. YouTube's anyway got... one Cody loses the Undisputed title. He shouldn't touch another main card title again. Well, should he put that in his contract that if he doesn't win, he like he did in AEW? I think Cody is not going to be around forever anymore. And here's the pop. Come on, pop. I'm giving it to you, YouTube. I'm giving it to you. I also really want him to return. Come on, here's the pop. YouTube, I'm giving you my mic. Close your ears. Close your ears, people.
Rock's still trying to get up here.
And it was not Stone Cold, it was Scotty, and he's going to get absolutely demolished by these two monsters. Do you think Finn Balor will return the Demon at Saturday Night Main Event? No, I don't think the Demon's returning unless it's at a big pay-per-view, a big 4 pay-per-view. I don't think the Demon's returning. And anyway, what WWE, now I know Roman has gone on to do much greater things, but what WWE did with the Demon character when the ropes broke, just not acceptable. You guys remember in the 2001 Rumble how Scotty got absolutely murked by the Brothers of Destruction. He did not look happy and they just absolutely murked him. And then it's the pop of a lifetime. Oh, just for everybody that stuck around this entire 52 minutes so far on YouTube, nobody stuck around on TikTok, I don't think. You guys are absolute beasts. You are legends. I just want you guys to get that. And now there's some more people in TikTok. Thanks for joining, TikTok people and YouTube people. You are the best. Demon is returning at Mania 41 versus Damien. What do you think Triple H give Cody? I don't quite know what that means. The Demon losing to Edge at WrestleMania was a terrible booking. The Demon ever losing is a terrible decision. The Demon shouldn't lose. That's literally, he should be an unbeatable character. Man, you're super entertaining. Bro, peace, man. You are the best. I'm trying to make this YouTube thing work and TikTok as well, but YouTube, I'm trying to make it work and it's super tough because it feels like YouTube's not pushing my videos and I see other people making less entertaining videos than me and they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and I'm sitting on 5K, but I think my 5K is the best on the internet. Yeah, I think the Demon will return to face. There's the pop. I'm giving the pop to YouTube all the way. YouTube, you got the pop, the Stone Cold pop. There's no pop like a Stone Cold pop. Did Triple H give a box to Cody yesterday? Oh, so I don't know. Maybe a sledgehammer. I don't know. What I would love is for the Attitude Era, the Eagle belt, for that to be the gift because that's what Cody wanted. He wanted that belt, right? He didn't want the new belt. So maybe in the box is, and what I'm talking about is not the double eagle, or not the winged eagle, I'm talking about the big eagle. That belt in my opinion, it's a Stone Cold belt. The reason why I call it a Stone Cold belt, he never had wore it as a belt. He just carried it in one hand and just walked like he's the boss. Literally, the belt that was defended at this event, that belt, that's the belt. For me, it's between the Eagle belt or Stardust outfit, probably the best. So the best belt designs in WWE history. I did a Mount Rushmore recently. My 3 favorites of all time is the Attitude Era World Title. It's the big gold belt, and also, now people hate me for this, but it's my opinion, the Oval IC Championship. I just think it's such a beautiful belt. The Oval IC Championship is such a beautiful belt. If I was a wrestler, which I'm not nearly athletic enough, I would have wanted to win the Oval IC Championship. And here comes Billy Gunn. Can someone please tell me why the Wyatt Six lost? I don't know what you want me to say. There's another thing I kind of fantasy booked for John Cena's retirement run. He has sort of, because of his thing with the Fiend, he has sort of a trial to get to Uncle Howdy, and he has to beat every single member of the Wyatt Six to get to Uncle Howdy. I kind of booked that, and then I thought, but you're just making all of them lose. So I actually didn't post that video because I thought people are going to hate me for that, just making all of them lose. What if Seth never turned against the Shield, but it was Roman? So if Roman turned heel then we would have foregone all the boo Roman and all the die Roman die and everything. We would have foregone that and just had maybe Tribal Chief immediately right there. We would have skipped 2015 Rumble. What I mean, if a heel Roman Reigns won the 2015 Royal Rumble, I think it actually would have gotten cheered, apart from the big dog. But yes, this is almost the end of the 2001 Royal Rumble. Is it the best Royal Rumble ever? I think so. Okay, TikTok just had me jump through some kind of hoop. When did you start watching wrestling? How old were you? So I remember my very first wrestling match I watched. My very first match was Sid versus Hogan at Mania. That's the very first match I ever watched. Sid versus Hogan at Mania. And I'm 38 now, so you tell me how old I was. Also, another belt design, hot take, I prefer the red Universal title to the blue one. So if I'm going to pick one of the two, blue or red, I'm probably going to go for red as well, but they're both just not good in my opinion. What if Stone Cold never retired in 2003? Unfortunately, he had to. He had to retire. He would have been multi-time world champion after that. He would have carried the company to bigger and greater heights, but he wouldn't have fit in. Okay, he would have fit in the Ruthless Aggression era. He did. I mean, he did price check on what was it? The Booker T supermarket skit. So that was good. So I think I would have been super happy. Do you stream every day or what? This is actually only the second time I'm live streaming wrestling. So what I actually do is I just post goofy wrestling videos every day, like blind ranking and delete people from history and making perfect teams and blind ranking that you'd have to guess what it's based on and reacting to hot takes and 5v5 teams, who's winning and some Mount Rushmores. Just goofy stuff. That's what I do on YouTube. Just like the goofiest things you can possibly think of. Theo Pillay, he's in the chat now. He can attest. All I do is just goofy stuff. But I would love to stream every day, but I have to work a full-time job because YouTube is not nearly paying. I actually really like the red Universal title. I have it in my room right now, and I also have the old WWE titles. The old WWE titles, there was a lot of names for them. There was the Big Eagle, the Winged Eagle. There was a lot of different ones. You should do this more often, dude. I'm loving this live stream. Bro, I will try and stream a little bit more often. I would love to. Work is stopping me, but I'll try and maybe stream a little bit more often. If you're going to stick around, bro, Theo will also attest to this. I do anything for my subscribers. Any request videos, I just do it. Not the real ones, by the way, just replicas. No, of course it's replicas, but we're wrestling fans. All of this is just my little wrestling collection. I think it's one of the Eagle ones I have. What if Eddie Guerrero never passed away? Oh man. 2005. What a sad time. How much would I have loved if Eddie Guerrero didn't pass away? How many matches were there still outstanding for Eddie Guerrero? Imagine if you threw Eddie Guerrero in today, the matches he could have. But at least his son is alive and well. His son, of course, Dominic Mysterio, because we all know Eddie's really his dad. It's not Ray at all. It's Eddie. If we look at the matches he could have today, the talents Eddie, oh man, it hurts my brain. Yeah, I have a collection of load of stuff as well, mainly just regular wrestling figures. I've also got a lot of wrestling figures and like horror stuff and just like, man, we're just in our souls, all of us, we're just wrestling fans. I mean, that's just what we are. We're just wrestling fans. We just love that, and we hate if people don't agree with our opinion, but that's just how we are. Rest in peace, Eddie. What a legend. We miss. Oh man, we miss Eddie Guerrero so much. But at least we've got his son. We've got Dominic Guerrero, because it's not Dominic Mysterio. Oh man, people are probably gonna hate me for saying that, but Eddie's Dom's dad. And now we are basically at the end of this Rumble, and wonder who's gonna win the 2001 Rumble. Favorite horror film? Oh, that's like asking me what's my favorite air to breathe. Man, I love horror films. Get Out, so good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so good. The original Halloween, so good. The whole Saw franchise, so good. It's, oh man, what is your favorite WWE figure you own? Man, it's tough. It's probably got to be, where is he? Where is he? He's here somewhere. I don't know, I recently bumped this cupboard and everything fell apart. But I've got it, you know this Stone Cold Funko Pop right here? This one right here? I've got a tiny, like this, such a tiny Stone Cold Funko Pop. So that's probably my favorite, my tiny Funko Stone Cold. Bro, I don't think Ray is real dad. No, it's gotta be Dom. If you look at it, Ray and Dom look pretty similar. But if you look at Eddie and Dom with the mullet, the mustache, I'm just joking, of course. I know Ray's by a lot, but it's just Eddie and Dom, they're so similar. So yeah, where is my tiny little Stone Cold? He's missing somewhere. I don't know, he's somewhere around here. And then another one of my goats is sitting right there. Mick Foley. I've also got two more Mankinds. They're sitting somewhere up there just watching over me every day, making sure I do the best wrestling content on YouTube. The Rock giving Rikishi a low blow. This match, this Raw 2001 Royal Rumble, there were literally so many people who could have won it. So many. Yo, my throat is hoarse. What's your favorite WrestleMania entrance ever? Mine is Shawn Michaels on the zipline. What was that? WrestleMania 12? Favorite WrestleMania entrance? Oh man. Stone Cold's never had like pomp and circumstance kind of WrestleMania entrances. It's probably going to be the Undertaker one with the arms, the Druid arms coming through the fog. That's probably going to be my favorite Undertaker or WrestleMania entrance. Oh, I hate the pay-per-view. WrestleMania 9, Undertaker with the hawk on the stick. That's also a good entrance. Who will dethrone Nia Jax and Liv Morgan? Liv Morgan, I said this earlier. Liv Morgan, I think it will either be Rhea or Raquel will turn on Liv and dethrone her, and Nia Jax, it's got to be Tiffany Stratton, right? Maybe The Fiend or Mankind. I love The Fiend and Mankind, both so good. Mankind is one of my favorites of all time. Basically, the figures with cool masks are my favorite. Masks are also cool. But by the way, a little while ago, I did a Mount Rushmore of masked wrestlers. Check it out on my YouTube channel. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt, one of the most creative characters ever. Seth reminds me of Shawn Michaels, and actually Liv too. She uses beauty just like Shawn. Ooh, that's a comparison I've never heard before, but I can see Shawn used these good looks to, and Liv as well, and let's be real, Liv is a very, very attractive woman. Seth, Shawn, the cocky, arrogant, yes, I can see that. Oh, I gotta go see it. Eggman, the stream is anyway almost done after the Rumble. I'm ending, so thanks for this, man. You stuck around till just about the end. Top 5 favorite wrestlers. So I've got a top 4 undisputed. Top 4. The 5th one, I'm not sure about. So, number 1 is Stone Cold. Then 2, 3, and 4, in no particular order, is Mankind, Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton. Then for my fifth one, I'm honestly not sure. That's my top four. So I don't know who's my fifth. I really, really don't know. There's so many, but that's my top four. When will Becky return? If she's returning, Becky's returning at the Rumble. That's just where people don't sleep on Rhea, bro. She's thick. Rhea is thick. She's got back. Rhea's got back. No, Rhea's also incredibly attractive, but yeah. So my favorite WWE women's wrestler of all time. Remember, I'm an Attitude Era kid, and the debate was always: is it Trish or is it Lita? And I was always a Lita guy. And then I was a Alexa Bliss guy, and now I'm a Liv Morgan guy. So it's not really a type, but that's just my women's wrestlers crushes throughout the years, if you will. But Rhea is very attractive. So guys, this is almost the end of the Rumble. We've got Stone Cold, we've got The Rock, and we've got Kane. And I do think I need to do this more often. Maybe watch like Tiffy time. I love Tiffy as well. I think she's going to dethrone Nia Jax. I think I'm going to stream more often, maybe watch old wrestling and just chat with you guys while I watch old wrestling, because the network is still kind of around for a little while. And then I'm just... do you guys... Now, I live in the UK. Can we see Jay and Rhea versus Dominic and Liv at Rumble? That's a possibility, but I do think Jay's going to be in the Rumble. I do think Rhea's going to be in the Rumble. Liv will probably defend. Dominic will probably be in the Rumble. So I'm not sure if that will happen, because most of them will be involved in the Rumble or defending. Guys, let me know. Does anybody know much about how WWE will work on Netflix? I'm in the UK. Will I be able to watch old pay-per-views on Netflix, or will that just not be a thing anymore? Because if it's not, I'm going to be very sad, because I love watching old things, and I actually want to make this a regular thing, watching old pay-per-views on whatever platform and just streaming and just having a goofy time with all of you people. It's so freaking cold in the UK right now, man. I'm up in way north, up in Scotland. Yesterday, I think the coldest was like -5 or something. It's ridiculously cold. Now, originally, those of you that know me, I'm from South Africa originally. South Africa, it was like 30 degrees yesterday, where I'm at like minus at the moment. So I'm still acclimatizing to this freezing cold weather. And we're almost at the end. It's just Stone Cold versus Kane. Guys, all of you that stuck around this whole time, you are literally the best. You are the goats. In India, it's also so cold. Man, peace from India, man. Respect. Watching all the way from there. I love all my subscribers. You guys are the best. Why is Jay not helping Damian and Rhea anymore? I think Jay is way too focused on the IC Championship, and when he won that, when he got that first taste, I think now he knows what it's like to be a singles champion. So I think he's all about that IC Championship life right now. And here is Stone Cold versus Kane. Kane, one of the absolute MVPs of Royal Rumbles ever. Him. Oh, Chris Jericho, The Rock, Stone Cold. So many MVPs of this particular match type. Nobody on TikTok has stuck around from the beginning till now. There's so many of you guys. You guys are the goats. You guys, all of you in the chat. And the TikTok chat is also basically nothing. It's just people joining and then leaving again. So YouTube, you are the goats. You are absolutely the goats. Couldn't agree more, Phoenix. Could not agree more. Literally couldn't agree more. And here comes Stone Cold with his comeback. And now he's going to smack, if I'm spoiling this for anybody, I highly doubt it, he's going to smack Kane out of the Royal Rumble and go on to Mania 17 and turn heel and ruin the Attitude Era. But I still love Stone Cold. He's still my favorite of all time. You have to remember, when Stone Cold was, TikTok is banned in India. Gotta go. Tech Vision. Peace. Thanks for, I ain't leaving, bro. I got a charger. I ain't dipping till you end it. Bro, I'm going to end it in probably about 5 minutes. So, any last questions or thoughts? Hit me up, and I'm willing to answer it in the goofiest possible way I can possibly imagine. Impulsive Vids, by the way, are you subscribed to my channel though? Peace Tech, Vision Plays. And here comes, there's the end of the Royal Rumble. So any last questions? I'll give it like 3 minutes while the exit is busy playing. Any last questions you guys have for me? Any last statements you guys want me to? Which football team do you support? Oh, I don't want to answer that because people are gonna hate me. I don't watch football. I just don't. I just don't. I'm sorry if that's not the answer you wanted, but I don't watch football. So sorry, Thomas. I don't. I've never really been into football. NFL, American football, I do watch that though, but I assume your question was European football as in soccer. Of course, for a long time, bro, peace, you are the GOAT. So I assume you meant European football, but I don't. I've never been into it. I've been subscribed for time. Your videos always pop on my page. You're a hidden gem in the wrestling community, man. You are a hidden gem in my chats, man. You are the GOAT. I've been streaming now for just over an hour and 10 minutes, and I've been enjoying every single second of it. I should do this so much more often. I'll tell you guys what. I'm gonna try and stream every single Saturday. I'm gonna try. I'm not making any promises because obviously life interferes. But for a little while at least, just watch some old wrestling and just have a goofy conversation. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best, and that's all I can say. And I'm sure some of you guys would really like that. But for now, if you don't have any last questions, I'm gonna say peace, guys. You have been the best. So I'm gonna end this. Maybe next time we'll watch another Royal Rumble or something. So I'm gonna say peace, guys. You've been the best. I'm gonna end these streams now by TikTok. And now, that's what I like to hear, bro. What about watch along PLEs? I can try, but remember PLEs in the UK compared to where they are in America at the time. Who do you think should win the Royal Rumble 2025? I'm going to make my final prediction. John Cena goes on to beat Cody Rhodes, puts belt in the middle of the ring, retires, tournament. That's my final prediction. You have a question? Okay, Tech Vision, shoot. And by the way, the other one, watch along PLEs. Remember, sometimes the PLEs, they air like 3 a.m. in the UK, so I would love to do that, but I live in the UK, so the time is horrible. I can do watch along PLEs when it's a reasonable time, but I can't do like tonight because my work here in Christmas thing is tonight. Do you think Miz will get a title run? Not anytime soon. I think Miz is going to be pretty much stuck in the tag team scene, but I do think Miz is an underrated guy in WWE. He's been around for a very long time and he's been legitimately great in WWE. And that's all I've got time for. My year-end function almost starts now. Christmas party, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for you guys for sticking around. Peace.